I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not crystal clear as to why you would want to wake up early, it's never going to happen. What is going to motivate your bum to get rolling out of bed at, let's say, 4:55 a.m. in the morning? Because you want to be up by 5. Give yourself that 5-minute buffer. So that's what we're going to determine is how to learn your why. So keep watching. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe because I'm going to be putting them out each week. And if you have any questions, obviously leave them in the comments. But let's get back into clarifying your why. For all of you that are out there thinking already, like, good grief, lady, you're coming in hot with it's never going to happen unless you understand your why. And I'm already tired. Why do I want to spend any time thinking about the topic of clarity? Well, I'm going to beg to differ on why you should be thinking about clarity. And it's a very simple 2-step process. But before we get into those tactical steps, let's talk a little bit about the mindset behind it and why it's important. I liken getting cozy with your why like pulling a warm blanket out of the dryer. So when it's all wrapped around you and you're all set, like it's just a delicious feeling. And when you're very clear with your why, it's a very satisfying feeling. Here's how else I think about it. So as a mom, my everyday life with children, and my 2 kids are underneath the age of 3, everything is fire drills for me. And as parents in general, we are nothing if not metaphorical firefighters, throwing water on all the hot messes that our children present to us each and every day. So tell me in the comments if you feel that this is true. I believe that half the reasons why we're so exhausted every day is because we are inundated with micro stressors that our children, our jobs, our lives in general just present us each day. Now, mind you, the biggest one for me, my children, they're lovable chaos, but they are still chaos. So carving out me time, even if it's at 5 a.m., the important reason for me is everything else about my life is reactive. I am responding to things during all of my waking hours. And so if I'm not clear on what I'm going to be doing with my time in the mornings, then I'm literally just expanding the amount of time that I'm having to respond to things, which is not the point of me waking up early. Waking up early should be the one thing that you get to plan and be preventative of every single day. And ideally, you get 60 to 90 minutes of sweet, uninterrupted silence where no one is asking anything of you. And if you aren't convinced that waking up early is something worth trying based upon that sentence alone, well, let's spend a moment digging into my 2-step process. So clarity and intention in our choices leads to living within alignment and congruence with the best versions of ourselves. So if you're here watching this, working on any habit, it doesn't even have to be a 5 a.m. habit. It tells me that you're consciously doing that. You're working towards a better, wiser, more accomplished version of yourself through intention. So step 1, and this is simple, but you may need to sit down and think on it a bit. Answer this for yourself. My big why for waking up early and compelling myself to overcome the discomfort of making this a habit is, and the reason it is important to me is because blank. So here's my version. Now I may have to read from my screen because I have a couple reasons within this. So my big why for waking up early and compelling myself to overcome the discomfort of this habit is because I'm a better wife, mom, version of my authentic self when I have time to focus on just me and my personal interests every day. And the reason that it's important to me is because I want to show my kids that self-care and self-love is vitally important. And I am teaching them that by setting aside personal time for myself, I am doing that. I value that in myself and I value that for them. So when you think about it in those terms, like it just resonates more deeply with you instead of just, oh, it would be great if I had 60 to 90 minutes of uninterrupted silence. Like, again, that's all great, but we need to dig deeper into that why. Now, let's make a physical reminder for your everyday life while you're sitting in that discomfort learning this new habit. So, to take a page from BJ Fogg of Tiny Habits, I suggest using his recipe cards. There's a link in the description for that. And so, to build your new habit, you want to set yourself up for success with his ABCs. A, anchor the moment, an existing routine in your life that will remind you to do the tiny behavior or your new habit. So this is also known as habit stacking. So maybe you've heard that term before. B, your tiny behavior, the new habit that you want, but scaled back to super tiny and to super easy steps. C, celebration, something you do to create a positive feeling inside yourself when you achieve these tiny steps. So an example of this with the application of waking up early could look like A, your alarm goes off. B, I will set my feet on the floor. C, I will take a deep breath and I will tell myself it's going to be a great day. Having written out both your personal why and the little recipe card, I want you to put these in a place where you're going to see them every day as you're establishing this habit. Perhaps it sits right next to your phone, on your bedstand table. Maybe it is on your bathroom mirror, anywhere where you're going to see it consistently. So you're consciously bringing it to the forefront of your brain. So I hope you enjoyed this video on understanding how to gain a little more clarity in your why you want to wake up early or why you want to establish a new habit, and then the tactical steps you take to put it into action. If you haven't seen any of my other videos in regards to waking up early, they're also linked in the description. But until next time, bye, Mama.